What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk. I did a video 2 days ago about the inability of Sha'carri Richardson to qualify for the 100-meter dash to represent the United States at next month's World Championships. And of course, the video did very well. I got a lot of people who supported what I had to say, but of course, you had the Sha'carri Richardson fans. They were coming in on my platform talking about how I'm a white supremacist and all this, and I am a sellout, and I am the reason why, black dysfunction is what it is because of people like me. I have no heart for the community. I mean, the same kind of crap you hear from blacks on the left who want no productivity in the black community, just, as people would say in Uganda, vibes. You guys want to feel good. Okay, fine. So, and I heard also, well, she can still qualify for the 200 meter. No problem. But then the 200 meter dash comes. Of course, she can't qualify for that either. Then what does Sha'carri Richardson do? Well, she does what she always does. She attacks the reporters, the media. It's their fault, okay? She says this: Angry Music, I'm coming to speak, not just on my behalf, but on all athletes' behalfs. That's when you guys do interviews. Y'all should respect athletes more. Y'all should understand whether they're coming from winning, whether they're losing, whatever the case may be. Athletes deserve way more respect than when y'all just come and throw cameras into their faces. So, let me just talk about that. She said more, but I'll just deal with that. I wouldn't have a problem with Sha'carri Richardson if she was like that, let's say with, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, who didn't really like to talk to the media. Whether he was winning or losing, he didn't like to do that. That's just really not what he was, okay? But when Sha'carri Richardson is winning, she don't have that problem, I could see if she was Marshawn Lynch when he was on the Seahawks, who never want to talk to the media. But when Sha'carri Richardson is winning, she don't have that problem. So why do you have that problem now, Sha'carri? I know why. Because you can't win. You can't execute. So it's somebody else's fault. This is no different than black countries that are performing in the third world, sub-Saharan Africa. This is no different than the poor performance of the African-American community as a whole. It's always somebody else's fault. Now, mind you, I do understand systemic racism. I do understand oppression. I do understand how things are against us in the black world. That I'm not going to discount. But your everyday efforts that you can take in this life, your time management, your dedication, your progress, your ability to compete on the world stage every day, that is something that you can control. But what we find out in our community is that you don't want to control that. You don't want to control that. So you want to shift the blame on somebody else. I want to talk about an important stream that I was listening to yesterday on the Search for Who channel. Shout out to him. And he had a brother on there by the name of College Genesis. Some of you may know him. And I'm going to kind of paraphrase what Mr. College Genesis said. He said, the black community is pretty funny. It's funny that they expect that white people should solve all of our problems, and we should wait for the government to come in. But when it comes to situations in the black world that we can solve ourselves, we stray away from those topics, and we wait for everybody to try to help us when we need to help ourselves. And when we fail, we blame others. That's very Sha'carri Richardson like. So then what I'm gonna say is, how can you keep giving her reasons to fail? I'm gonna tell you why. Sha'carri Richardson is the chick who gets pregnant by 3 different guys and gets a baby shower every time. Now, I know you guys gonna say, well, Sha'carri Richardson don't have a boyfriend because of her sexual orientation. I'm not talking about that. I mean that Sha'carri Richardson, no matter what she does, she don't have to win because she's gonna get congratulated even in her poor performance. Somebody's gonna give her a pass, the same way you give Keisha a pass. When Keisha gets pregnant and can't afford it and living in the projects, you give her a baby shower. You tell her how she has that pregnant glow. You tell her how nice she looks. Oh, God is blessing you. Really? Is he? Then when you say you don't want to be around these people, it's a problem. Let me tell you something. I come from a very proud community of African Americans that came in the Great Migration from the South, who were put in certain parts of the city. Part of my family was in South Central. They were away from many of the city's great resources that they may need to have, but they'd come in to work. Same thing as the blacks that came from other parts of the South, coming to the Air Force Base of McClellan and Sacramento, into the Bay Area, into Chicago, into Detroit. See, we had to pull our own weight. We had to work together, and we had to become somebody, despite the challenges at hand. Because see, nobody wants to hear you if you're a loser. But today's generation, people can get clout by losing. You know, you had to be somebody to be able to have a voice. But today you can be a loser, perpetual loser, and have a voice. And I want to tie it back to productivity. We used to be a community that was measured on that. Couldn't just have a voice in the black community and not do nothing. Nobody wanted to hear that you were from South Central. Nobody wanted to hear you're from Memphis. All people used to care about at a certain time is, what can you do for the world? That's what we're dealing with today. We're not dealing about how you feel. We're dealing about what you can do. But see, many times people want to have a voice when they can't do what they say they're going to do. See, we got to get back to the productive people. And this is the reason why productive blacks stay away from those who are not. Big mouth, no productivity, stay away from them. And then you call those people elitists. You call those people sellouts. You call those people stuck up. Are they supposed to come and help people like Sha'carri Richardson who are entitled? Are hardworking, educated blacks, I don't care whatever society they're from, the African American community, the Caribbean community, the African community, are they supposed to come out and develop people with this sort of attitude when they don't perform? People got to perform. Sha'carri Richardson, you chose to be a track star. You were touted as a great athlete, and then you didn't make it. Why? You've won other races. Why you didn't win this one? You won it in the 100. You just ran a great 100-yard dash 2 weeks ago. Why are you in last place right now today? Oh, we don't want to talk about that because it's somebody else's fault. And in order to get the black community to where it is, underperformers must go. I'm sorry. Y'all don't want to hear that. Underperformers must go, meaning that they must be left out of the conversation. We cannot let underperformers have a voice. You don't perform, you're out. You don't put a microphone in the mouth of losers. I'm sorry. It has to be that way. Because if she don't want to perform, then put the mic in the mouth of the young lady from the States who is performing. That's who needs to get the support. But guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I really appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe, hit the bell, check out the first comment tonight. And as you know, the buffoonery remains all-time high. I'm out.